Well, it is October 14th. Hold on one second. Something. Can you stop wiggling, please? Just sit straight. And don't bother your brother. Okay, I think now we're good. Anyway, October 14th. Life is back to normal. After the Thanksgiving. In Canada. What's going on here? And the first surprise of the day is the weather. All of a sudden it's plus 27 Celsius, which is like, I don't know, 80 Fahrenheit. So you gotta go walk around like this. Past couple of days were pretty cold, so I had my sweater and my hoodie on. Now it's impossible. It's impossible even to sit in the car with all open windows. It's like the summer is back for one last breath, probably. But the second surprise was I went to a store to buy a couple of those protein bars and some minerals. What is it? Bullet. Yeah, I bought magnesium. Very useful stuff, for heart and nerve system, especially when you drink lots of coffee. So magnesium and potassium are very important. So anyway, so I go there, and I know I have a few $100 on my debit card, and I always use my debit card. So I try the tap, because we have that tap where you can just touch the reader, and it says declined. Not just didn't work, like beep beep, it gives you two short beeps, but it's on the screen it says decline, and basically on the next line it was like call police or something. No, I'm kidding. But declined, for sure that something is wrong, right? I said, okay, wait a second. Did you put it in as a debit card or credit card? Because it's a Visa, but it's debit Visa. She said, oh, it doesn't matter. So we try again using the actual, smart chip. Just inserted the card in the reader, I enter my PIN number, and it says declined. So, okay, so I use my other card, and then I call the bank. And usually, when you do telephone banking, you enter your card number, and then the computer, like the talking robot, asks you for your telephone PIN number, right? This time, as soon as I entered my card number, it says connecting to a loss prevention specialist. Please wait. What? So of course I knew something was amiss, And while I was waiting, I logged online and I checked my my statement, and it shows $307.11 ATM withdrawal. 307.11. Like, first of all, how do you withdraw $307.11, right? So, which of course means that this was done in a foreign currency, because US and Canadian bank machines only use 20s, and my card is Canadian, so it was either done in the States or some other country, and I'm in Niagara Falls, right? And that's very suspicious. I know that it wasn't me, because it shows yesterday. And finally I'm connected to the banking lady, and she says, yeah, this was someone in Jamaica took money from your card. And I said, I've never been to Jamaica in my life. And she says, that's what happens, when you use your debit card, they can keep it like for as long as a year. Like they can steal your card, and then they sell it to, other criminals. And they don't use it right away, so that you don't notice, that maybe you don't realize that the money is missing, especially if you have a large balance. But thankfully, I noticed right away, because of course my bank is pretty good in this regard. Sometimes they just block the card if they see I'm trying to use it in a totally different geographic area. And a couple of times that happened, and I was pretty angry. I said, you guys realize I'm a truck driver, right? Well, no, on your profile it says you're in landscaping business. I said, Landstar, not landscaping. I said, I work for Landstar back then, right? So they have no idea that I'm trying to use the card somewhere in Edmonton, Alberta. They block it. But then finally they stopped doing that, so now they know I travel, but not to Jamaica, right? Because you need a submarine or a ship or a plane to get to Jamaica, and I'm not in that kind of business. I'm a trucker. So these smart guys knew that something is amiss, and they blocked the card, and now they started the investigation, and they said it's a debit card. So despite what some people think, money is refundable, and they said in 2 or 3 business days you will get the money back. But she did ask me 3 questions. She said, very important, did you use an easy to guess number, like your birthday? I said no. She said, did you give your PIN number to anyone? I said no. And she said, last question, did you have your PIN written down anywhere? And I said no. So basically I wanted to give here like a couple of tips for people not to be a victim like me. So yeah, never use a simple PIN. Don't write it down, don't give it to anyone. But most importantly, she said, that's what happens. And actually, this is the second time it happens to me. Usually it's gas stations, because gas stations, they have some very low paid employees. And sorry, that's a wind here, and I know my mic is very sensitive to wind. And they always have cameras. Like next time you go to a gas station, ask them how come their video camera is trained right on the debit card terminal. And I asked one guy about this. I said, why is your camera pointing this way? Oh, it's because we gotta watch our employees so that they don't steal the money from the till. So now basically I do like this, when I look around and I look at the ceiling and there's a camera, so I do like this, right? But now there's a new trick. If you saw this video, it was a hit online on YouTube. You can buy I think it's just an app. It's an app for an iPhone which turns your regular camera on your iPhone into a thermal camera. And if someone in front of you in the line just use that touchpad, the keypad on the debit machine, you can just swiftly move your iPhone over, just very matter-of-factly, and it'll show red dots where the person touched the keys, and the brighter dot, like the more red, that's the one the person touched most recent. So basically, because of the difference in color and shade, you can even guess the sequence. Like you'll see like 4 numbers, right? But because of the variations in the color, you can guess which one was pressed before and which one was pressed later. So Jesus. So his advice is, when it's a metal, obviously this works best on metal keypads. I don't think plastic will, plastic doesn't retain heat from your fingers that long. But this guy says whenever you enter a pin, just try to touch other keys with your fingers. Don't press, but just touch. Or like do like this, right? So that the heat stays on other keys, and this will confuse this super sophisticated criminals of the 21st century. And the last news for the day is I just talked to my Mac dealer, because I see some people on my channel already have doubts. I am getting the truck. Well, relax guys and gals, I am getting the truck. And he says the latest update from the plant is that now my truck is going through decking. What they call decking. That's when they stack trucks, like this. This is one truck, right? And then they put them like this. So one truck is driving and there's 3 trucks on top of it, so that's what's called decking. So basically it's now being prepared to be shipped. So hopefully they'll ship it before 17th, which was the original shipping date. I don't think decking takes that long. Maybe a day or so, maybe a couple of days. So maybe it'll be shipped tomorrow, Wednesday, or maybe Thursday. So it should be here end of the week, I think. So those are the news. So stay safe and be very careful when using your debit card in Jamaica. I'm SERGEI DRATCHEV from Niagara Falls.